Good afternoon, everyone. Amazing afternoon. Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday today. My name is Erika Aguilar, and I am here today for a members spotlight interview. And today I have the pleasure to have with me and to introduce you to Amina Mohamed. Now, Amina Mohamed is an avid photographer, and she's not just a photographer, she has a lot of things that she's going to share with us, and is very, very interesting entrepreneur. She will do branded portrait photography as well as a, a different type of family portraits. Is that right? Some trips and so many other things that you are going to learn from her. Now, I just wanted to remind everyone that members have one of the benefits that they have is an interview like this one, where we are going to show to everyone and your contacts and everyone here on the group what you do and who is your client. Now, I just want to pass it directly to Amina Mohammed, and she can tell us a little bit, introduce herself, and tell us a little bit of what she does. And then I will go on with some questions. You go ahead, Amina.
Thank you so much, Erica, for this opportunity to share my work and a little bit about me. I'm a 51-year-old married mom, married for 18 years to a wonderful man, Thomas. And I have one daughter named Haley. She's 13. So, the teenage years have, have entered our life. So I do a lot of little different things in photography. On the one side, I'm under my brand, Amina Mohamed Photography, and I do headshots, branding sessions, and I do various different portrait sessions. So everything from family, newborn, boudoir, and glamour. And then on the opposite side, it's completely different. There's a business called F Photo Tours and my nonprofit Cameras for Girls. So how it works is I take amateur and enthusiast photographers on a photography tour to Uganda, where they would get to see gorillas, do safari, community engagement. And it brings in Cameras for Girls by we carve out 3 days from the entire itinerary, where we as a group get to teach photography to 15 local girls studying or endeavoring to become journalists. And I've run 2 tours to date. This past August was supposed to be my third, but of course, COVID had other plans. And so now we've pivoted completely online and are planning for our next trip in 2021, whenever that will be, when COVID allows us to travel.
Wow, that is very interesting. And as I was talking to you before, it's a great opportunity. I can see a lot of people being interested on both of the type of business that you are doing with photography. But why don't you tell me something about? We have a lot of entrepreneurs in this
Mhm.
group. We are constantly contacting people. We are, and everything being online right now, and people coming to our website, people coming to our Facebook pages, perhaps how important it is, you will say, if you are a professional in this field, how important it is to have a professional shot like has your, like the from page, and then people knowing who they're going doing business with. What would you say?
So you have literally 10 seconds or less to impress somebody. And that could be through your website, but many times it's face to face, or people are seeing you on Facebook Live, however they're seeing you, or even on your LinkedIn profile. If
Mhm.
you have a professional image, you've already gained their trust and their interest in you. If you don't have a professional image and it doesn't match what you do, you've
Mhm.
already lost like that audience. You've lost that person, because professionalism comes from every way, from the way you dress, from the way you appear, from the way you wear your makeup or your hair, and how you present yourself. And a professional image is going to, you know be the icing on the cake, if you will, because it
Right.
brings it all together.
That's correct. Yes, I totally believe that, and I've always seen, and like you say, that's the impression that we have, right? It doesn't mean sometimes that okay, I'm not gonna take a second look, but definitely, even if we don't want to, sometimes we already have an idea of who this person is by how they present themselves from the first time, which is very important. And definitely, what you do, it's amazing, that type of work, and we wanted to make sure. I know that. some of the entrepreneurs who are here, and if they are interested, we wanted to make sure that they will contact you, that they know who you are, and we are going to drop all your links here on the comments for them to be able to get in touch with you. That's for sure. And also, I wanted to know from your point of view. I know that you have participated in some of our events, and we just have our last event of the year last night with Landed for Success. We miss you there, but you have been there before, and I know. What would you say for people who come to these events and then they are going to meet somebody, or perhaps in that moment they make connections to someone else, and again, talking from the professional point of view of yourself, how what would you tell them? Like, is it something that it takes a lot of time to have a headshot? This is something that they should. What is the investment and the time, perhaps for them? And then they will be ready if they don't have that in their website right now. Sorry, on their personal profile page on social media for the next month, right? Because that's what we exchange information, and then we say, here is my link. So what will you tell them? Like, it's the time now to book, and then how long it takes, how it goes.
So I'll answer two part here. The first thing I want to say is that when I was invited to join Landed for Success, it was unlike any other network event I've been to.
Mhm.
Number one, we all have an opportunity to pitch ourselves, and in 30 seconds, it's hard. You have to practice. But that's your opportunity to really introduce yourself, who you are, what you're about,
Mhm.
into a safe group
Yes.
of entrepreneurs who are all there to be interested in yourself, in other people, and meet and greet other connections, but also present yourself professionally. Second, when I do headshots, I have, and COVID is at top of mind everywhere right now,
Mhm.
especially with the lockdowns that have happened in many of the cities.
Mhm.
So the one thing I want to make people feel is comfortable. So I have a
Mhm.
studio that you enter into my home, right into the studio. You don't have
Mhm.
to intermingle in any other parts of my home. It's cleaned, it's completely sanitized. I wear a mask. You don't, of
Mhm.
course, because you're doing a headshot. I also have a guide to help you learn what to wear. A lot
Oh,
of people
wow.
have a challenge of how to dress for a headshot or even any kind of portrait session they're doing. So I
Mhm.
offer a free guide. You can connect with me for that. But the important thing to know is that in your investment in time, it doesn't take long to do a headshot. In 45 minutes, I teach
Mhm.
you how to use 2 to 3 different wardrobe changes so you have a different look for your website, a different look for your LinkedIn, possibly, or even your social media, because nobody wants to see the same image everywhere. Or
I
maybe you
see.
want that, but at least you have options.
Options.
Knowing what to wear and how to dress and how to do your makeup, you would know that. Uh, very, very important. So I help guide you around that. And then I help you with posing, because
Mhm.
posing in front of the camera can be very intimidating for
It
people
is.
and it puts them off from getting a headshot.
Mhm.
However, one of the things my clients love is that I make it very easy to be in front of the camera. We have a
Oh.
lot of fun and it's like easy breezy. You're in and out, and now you have professional images to show the world. And third, you want to have your headshots timeless. So you don't want to be spending the money every year to be
Mhm.
updating your headshots. You want something that's going to serve you in all different options. So that's
Mhm.
something that we work together to make sure that you accomplish.
Wow. Yeah, that's very interesting and a lot of great information. I definitely, like I told you before, I'm due for another headshot. So for sure, you're going to hear from me on there. But we just wanted to know, where are you located? What is your area that you serve? Because we know that it's entrepreneurs here from around the world, from around the country, and we wanted to know all the information that you're giving us. However, it's very important for them to take in consideration if they are not in our area, if they're not in the GTA in Toronto. To take in consideration and obviously like hire a professional photographer, right? But tell us where you are so then we can we have an idea.
Sure. I'm
Mhm.
in Newmarket.
Mhm.
However, I work all over the GTA,
Mhm.
and I will travel. Uh, and so I have a small kit that I can set up in somebody's home or office to make it easier for them.
Right.
And if you're somewhere far away from me, but you're looking for a professional photographer to help you, I'm connected with photographers all over
Oh,
the
wow.
world. So you can
Oh,
always
great.
connect with me and say, look, I'm in Los Angeles or I'm
Mhm.
in wherever it happens to
Yeah.
be. And I can connect you with one of my colleagues who would be more than happy to serve you.
Well, that's fantastic. Certainly, because like knowing I will trust everything that you're telling me, and I'm sure that you will give me a referral and there's someone that I will feel comfortable with, if that will be the case for anybody who's listening right now. Wow. Yes, and that's what we are. I'm reading some of the comments right now. You are amazing. You do a very great work, and the pictures that you take, they're fantastic. Yes. I have no doubt. I have talked to you before, and I know your passion for photography is definitely there, and it shows with the work that you are doing, not only for your family and here and where you live in Canada, but as well with the 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 I'm sorry, with the group that you have for the cameras for girls.
Cameras for Girls.
Cameras for Girls. That's the philanthropy group that you have. And why don't you tell us a little bit in detail more how if anybody's interested to contact you on that, how it goes.
So, Cameras for Girls, just a little bit more about it. We endeavor to teach photography to girls who don't always have a choice in how their lives are going to turn out.
Mhm.
So, specifically when it comes to Uganda, the reason I did Uganda and started there is because my family and I come from Uganda. I was only 3 when all the Asians were kicked out of Uganda in
Mm,
1972 by then President and madman Idi Amin, and we came to Canada. And I am so grateful for the opportunities we were given. I
mm,
returned to Uganda for my first trip in 2007 to do a documentary about the return of many Asians. And it was then that I saw the plight of girls. They're either not educated because education is not free. So if a family has to choose, they're going to educate the boy over the girl. Or in many cases, girls are married off at the young age of 14 because they need to feed their family and the family needs money.
mm,
Or there's just so many reasons. And I
right.
saw that and I knew I wanted to make a difference. I just didn't know how. So when I returned to photography after a long time away, I decided that it had to mean something. It couldn't just be about picking up a camera and taking headshots and what have you, which is amazing,
Mhm.
but it had to mean more for me. So that's when Cameras for Girls was born.
Wow.
And I started collecting used and new cameras and putting all my savings into it. And a year later, I was in Uganda leading my first photography tour and my first training. And
Mhm.
to date, we've trained 32 girls and 9 now have full-time jobs.
Wow.
And I continue to raise funds through GoFundMe, looking for used new camera donations. We're working on our charity application, but as you know, it takes a long time to get that. So in the meantime, I just continue to spread the word.
Mhm.
And now we've pivoted online until we can go back. And so I have a new cohort of girls. And then I'm going to start working with local community organizations who are all about um, empowerment of girls in our community so that they can also learn. Because then I can bring the two worlds together and
Yes.
they can understand what it takes to really live in a third world country
Oh,
as a girl and want those opportunities but not
yeah.
necessarily have them. So
Yeah.
this it's a camera, but it's a
Mhm.
tool
It's a
to
tool.
alleviate poverty. So that's
Wow. Yes. Yes, that I find that nonprofit when you told me about this the first time, I just you know what? It's really like you just everything that you describe is a great opportunity, and just knowing that you're giving back that way and to people, you are not just you said that before, you're not just giving them something, but you're teaching them, and then it's a tool that they're going is going to have an impact in their families and the relative and the future for sure. Everybody to come after them.
mhm.
So that is amazing. I'm sure that anybody who participates with you in this nonprofit and the trip and everything that it involves, they just know that. being part of something greater, much greater than just like no getting to see another country and having all those activities is just a wonderful opportunity.
Mhm.
And you providing that for other people to do that, it's I'm always very and I think many people will relate to this, knowing people who put this together like yourself, it has a lot of value for
Well,
everyone because it's yeah.
doing as well in your country of Peru, right? So
Yes.
it
Yeah.
takes something extra
Hmm.
to make this happen for other people, and it
Yeah.
gives so much back to me for
Mm.
being able to do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's part of who I've become, and it's just yeah.
Right. And you know what? Being an entrepreneur, being in a position where you can actually give back in that amazing way with your job, with your passion, and inviting other people to get into that space of you, it's just it shows how much you care, and I can see how your clients will feel that same way when they are with you in a portrait. It's not just I'm taking a picture of this family, but they will feel that who
Mhm,
you are as a person, which
mhm.
is fantastic because that's the first thing in that, being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, and we are everything, right? And I think a lot of people could relate here because we are a customer service. We're going to be the first impression. We're the marketing ourselves, even if you will hire other people to do things for you, but just being who you are as a person. So that definitely shows, and I'm not surprised that everyone who comes in your space that they have that feeling and they
Thank you.
value from that. So this is fantastic. This is amazing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, because now that you say this nonprofit is stopped for because of COVID, what are the plan from now until then? Are you collecting cameras? Are you you already said that. Okay, you will also drop some links because I'm sure what type of cameras exactly, because we don't want you people to bring you something that oh, what are we gonna do with this, right? So how does it work?
I've received cameras of all different types, some
Hmm.
that were useful and some that were not. But I
Hmm.
have an amazing contact in Newmarket, Brian, who owns Brian's Camera Star. Just a little
Hmm.
plug for him.
Oh.
And what he does is takes the cameras that I can't use and
Hmm.
trades them in or buys them and gets me what I can use.
Oh wow.
So I, because of space and because of being having to carry 15 cameras all the way to I've chosen to work with the Canon G series because they're
Hmm.
small, they're compact, but they're robust. And they're amazing for the girls to be able to learn not only photography, but filmmaking. So it's
Hmm.
got video capacity. It's got like, it's a really good camera. So and each girl gets a camera to keep. And once they finish that 3 days, I continue when I come back to Canada online for the whole entire year. So they have the camera while I'm training them online.
Hmm.
So now that we've had to pivot, I'm busy building a library of tutorials on a huge portal so that
Hmm.
not only can girls in Uganda join, but other girls in other countries who've expressed interest or other
Oh.
photographers who have expressed interest, like Afghanistan, Mexico, Costa Rica, Congo, Nigeria, can also jump on the portal and start
Hmm.
training girls in their communities using the videos that
Hmm.
I'm doing. So it's a
Wow.
slow, I hate being on camera, but it's, it's something that I'm putting my heart and soul into to
Hmm.
do professional videos so that people can really understand the concepts. It's not just about here's a camera, but how do you actually use it to go
Use
from
it.
auto to manual
Hmm.
in such a short time, and use it to be able to tell stories,
Hmm.
sell stories, to feed yourself and your family. So that's the whole goal.
Wow, you know what? It's an opportunity to have this 2020 to do so many things and
I've got
pivot in a way like
so
that.
much fun, so much fun. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I think many people can relate to that as well in business, that we have discovered a side of us that we didn't know. And how much we can actually accomplish when we are stopped into doing what we are doing every day, right?
Yeah.
So that is fantastic. So this has been very interesting. I really, really appreciate your time. You taking the time telling us about yourself, about your business. It's very for our community here in London for Success. We members like yourself and anybody who comes and they will share what they do. We always learn something new every day, and knowing that you are supporting and you are also able to help and tell others, because all the tips that you just gave us in terms of having a professional picture taking, a portrait taking for their business is important. And this is what it's all about, being a
Mhm.
member of Landed for Success. And we welcome anybody who is not a member yet, who is here in this group, to for sure be in contact with us. If you are a connection with Amina, don't hesitate to ask her questions, and she's going to put you in contact with the right person. And we will tell you what else we do in Landed for Success, and anything else that your benefits, and how you can take advantage of interviews like this, spotlight, so that people can get to know you. And I will just ask you if you have any last words that you want to share with anybody, or we are going to.
No, I think that's it. I will link once I see the video. I will link the free. I'm sorry. I will link the free report that I mentioned, so
Mhm,
people can just take advantage of it. It's a PDF, so that they can
mhm.
just download it at their leisure, and that'll give them tips and strategies on what to wear, how to dress,
Wow,
what not to wear, and makeup and all that kind of stuff. That'll help them have the best photo shoot. Whether they use me or not, it doesn't matter. It's more about presenting themselves in the right light. So yeah.
that's very thoughtful of you. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see that. And we'll see what did I do wrong that I was not supposed to do on my last headshot. Ah, we can wait. We can wait. So we have here. Thank you so much for everyone who's watching live and people who are catching us on the replay. This has been very interesting again. And don't forget, if you're not a member yet of Landed for Success, you can contact us there. And I'm going to post as well the links to get in touch with us. And thank you so much. We'll see you the next time with another of our members. And Amina, it was a pleasure being with you here.
Thank you so much, Erica. Thank you.
Wonderful day.
Okay, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.